Happy Thursday. Welcome to tonight's Zoom. And we are diving into the opportunity with Plexus and all the things that it has to offer. So we're going to get started. We're going to hear from some stories from people, and we're going to dive right in. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. If you hear Alvin and the Chipmunks in the background, it's because it's what the kids are watching. All right, so let's spring into Plexus. But first, we're going to look at some statistics. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but $100 in the year 2000 is now equivalent to $172 today, which I know we are all feeling. It's a scary statistic. 22% of families have no savings, which is, I think that's pretty scary. 62% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 77% of Americans are over $58,000 in debt. 66% of Americans are on a prescribed medication. That to me is insane. I was not shocked, but it's a scary fact. 72% of Americans that are 20 years and older are considered obese. That's awful. And we are the wealthiest country, but we are also the most stressed out country. Not surprised. So in reality, we need an additional $11,500 to $15,000 to afford the same standard living due to inflation today in comparison to 2021. That's around $1,000 to $1,200 a month, which is crazy. Just in a 3-year span, that's how much of a difference that we needed to make every single month in order to live the same lifestyle, not doing anything extra. It's crazy. So why are we making more and working more, but struggling the most? So this is what we're going to talk about with Plexus. The whole reason we're here is to discuss why Plexus is different than any other side gig or any other business or any other opportunity or whatever you think this may be. But it's a turnkey opportunity that can be exactly what your family and you need. And here are the reasons why. So exactly what is Plexus? It's a line of plant-based products that were created to get to the root of our health issues and not mask them. And we're here to help everybody achieve their health and financial goals. And we focus on blood sugar regulation, which if you did not know, when your hormones and your blood sugar are not regulated, like everything is out of whack. Your mood, ladies, your friend of the month, she's out of whack. And when that's out of whack, we have a hard time with so many things, the brain fog, the cravings, like literally so many things are out of crazy sorts whenever our sugars and our hormones are not working properly. Reduced inflammation. If y'all did not know, inflammation is literally the key and the start to all diseases and illnesses. So when you have inflammation, it's a red flag that your body says, hey, something is wrong. I'm letting you know now that this is a problem. And if you don't fix it, there's going to be more problems down the road. And also balancing your gut microbiome, which is so important because it's linked to literally everything. So network marketing done the right way. Plexus is doing it differently. We are not the 90s way of doing it, the way that our moms and our grandparents did it back in the day, selling the vacuums and going door to door. It's totally, totally different. We have no inventory. We have no monthly fees. We just buy our own products. I don't keep an inventory in my pantry, and my garage is not full of things. It's literally my products that me, my husband, and my kids use. And it's only the products that we use. I don't have to buy anything, but in order to collect a paycheck each month, I just have to buy the basic products, like 3 products in order to collect a paycheck. That's it. I'm going to use the products and I'm going to tell you about it. So I might as well buy them and get them paid for. We have no quotas except for buying our own products. And that's each month, because obviously if you're going to tell people about the products, you're going to use them and want them to be paid for. And this is not a quick fix. This is not a diet. This is literally a tool to help you feel better and to achieve your goals financially and physically. So why is Plexus so different than any other company? First, they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, which is a big deal. Not many people do. We are a debt-free company, which is incredible. That was one thing. So before I found Plexus, I was actually with another company. And the whole reason that company did not work out was because they went bankrupt. Aside from them doing so many different things for so many different reasons, But one reason that I really liked Plexus was that they are a debt-free company. Not many people can say that, so they must be doing something right financially and as a business. They have a unique compensation plan. If you want to dive more into that, there's just not anything comparable to what Plexus is doing. We don't have to stack people under people. We don't have to balance legs. We don't have to do any of those kinds of things. Like most companies will only allow you to have so many level ones or so many people who join you. And then after that, you're tapped out and you have to have people underneath it. We don't do any of that. None of the balancing of the legs, and they don't cap you at anywhere in your business at all, which is amazing. We focus on health and happiness and finances. So every aspect. We have products that everybody can use. It's not just selling a candle or a lipstick or a lip gloss or I don't know, a purse, things that we don't need. It's literally to help you live a better lifestyle. It's for men, for women, and for kids. And it's products with clinical trials. And if you need those, we have access to those, and it's amazing and created by doctors who are here to help us feel so much better. And today, network marketing is expected to be the fastest growing revenue by 2030, which I found fascinating. It definitely is a growing industry because people are learning to share more on the internet. If you guys haven't been on TikTok in a while, highly recommend you do, other than it's fun. But if you haven't noticed, like literally every other TikTok is people selling something. That is network marketing, whether they know it or not, or affiliate marketing. It's the same exact thing. Everybody is sharing something that they like and they're benefiting from it in some sort of way. And most of the time they're making lots of money off of it because they're sharing something that they like. So if you're not doing it, I highly recommend doing it. And Plexus is a great company to do it with. And we're no longer your mom and grandma's MLMs of the 90s. And this is a little legitimate business and it's adapted across the globe. So common objections when people are like, okay, well, I want to do this with you, but I think I don't want to be that salesperson. So we're going to go through some objections and I want you guys to really think, take a step back and just keep an open mind. So if you don't want to be a salesperson, I'm going to say congratulations. We don't want you to be a salesperson because literally I think about going to a car lot and that's what I think about is the creepy car salesman coming out and like just there to sell you a car and not ask you like what you really want in the thing. They're just there to sell you a car and they don't care about you. This is not that. We legitimately care about every single person that we talk to. We want to help you achieve your goals and we have the products to help you do that. Maybe you've tried it in the past, you didn't have success. Same. I came from another company. This is so different. Take my word for it. Use my belief and let's show you that this is totally, totally different. Network marketing has come leaps and bounds since even in the last like 5 to 10 years. It's amazing. If you can't afford it, we have so many different ways to show you, and it doesn't have to be you building an entire team of hundreds. It can be 3 people who can be your accountability partner who are going to help you be able to afford your products, because once you start using them, you're going to feel amazing and you won't want to stop. And if you have an excuse of, I don't know many people, I agree. I actually didn't have social media when I started this. And I know we all know at least 3 to 5 people. Like I said, it doesn't take a team of hundreds to do this. If you don't post on social media, there are people who have made it to the top who never had a social media. They actually, I know one girl who it wasn't until she hit Senior Ruby that she didn't have a social media. And she said she never would until she got to Senior Ruby, and she proved a point and she did. Danielle, she says, my soon-to-be son-in-law is a car salesman. He calls the same people every month over and over until they trade in and buy something new from him. I believe it. It's literally just making those cold calls and just selling and selling and selling. We don't do that here. We build relationships. We get to talk with people and build those relationships. And our community is so much fun. And then if you have no idea what you're doing, congratulations. We all start somewhere. We all start at the very bottom at 0, knowing nothing. And we all learn as we earn. Okay, so that is the last of that. I'm going to click stop share, and you guys are going to hear from my friend Caitlin. She is a busy mama. Let me tell you guys, if you think you don't have time for this, she is a busy mom. She's got 2 littles. She's homeschooling them. She works full time as an EMT, and she does all the homesteading stuff. She does all the things. So if you think you don't have time, I want you to listen to her, and she's going to go ahead and share. Go ahead, girlfriend.
Hi. So like Jess talked, or like Jess said, I am a mother of two. My oldest is 6 and my youngest will be 2 in June. I do work full time as a EMT, so I work 24 hours on and then I'm off for 2 days. So that's kind of how my crazy schedule goes. And then I homeschool, I'm married. We're getting ready to come up on 10 years. So I joined Plexus 6 years ago with Jess, and I avoided her like the plague, and I tell her that all the time. I avoided her like the plague. I ignored her messages, and then, I kind of really got thinking like I was 24 with I was pregnant with my first son, and I felt like absolute crap. And they literally told me when I went in for my 8-week appointment that I was going to be constipated the entire time because of the way that he was positioned in my stomach. And I was like, I don't know how that feels, but I'm not like I've had the bloating pain before and the gas pain before, and I can't be constipated all the time. And I had another friend who had done Plexus and she was like, you need a probiotic. And then I went back to my messages with Jess and I joined with her, and I got on the triplex. And within the finishing of the year of me being pregnant with my son and into the first year of him being him born, I was taken off of my acid reflux medication, and I was taken off of my high blood pressure medication that I was on since um I was on high blood pressure medication when trying to think I think I was 21, 22. So I had been on blood pressure medication for like probably 4 or 5 years before I started Plexus. And after I got on to that, within a year, I was able to come off of with two medications, high blood pressure and acid reflux medication. And I felt 100% better. I no longer had the bloating. I no longer had acid reflux. I was able to not have to watch what I ate and on the spice level that I wanted. I was able to just eat the foods that I liked and didn't have to worry about being curled over. Ice cream was a huge one for me. And I grew up, fun fact about me, my parents had an ice cream business when I was growing up, like basically an ice cream truck. So they would go into developments and they had self-serve ice cream. But it literally ran through me. Like it touched my taste buds and I was on the toilet curled over with a pillow because I felt so bad. And I quickly was able to change that all around with Plexus. But I only started sharing, so that's 6 years now. And I only started sharing in November. I had a call with Jess, and I was having some really hard things with the department that I was working with, at, I'm sorry, with my job and the department that I was working with. And I called her and I was like, what do I need to do? I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I love my job. I love what I do, but I am unhappy here. And Jess was like, here, this is where we start. And since then, I've been able to go gold since November, December-ish. So within about a 4-month, 5-month period. And I'm maintaining there, and I basically, I share my stories, I share my testimonies, I talk to people anytime that they talk about their gut. You'd be surprised, we had an Easter egg hunt this past weekend, and everyone that I talked to had some kind of digestive issue and some kind of gut issue. And I can't eat this because it'll send me to the bathroom. And I'm like, you shouldn't have to live that way. Like, why don't, and I talk to them, and excuse me, I have my husband on it. I have my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. My sisters dodge me like the plague. They're like, it's karma for dodging Jess. But my sisters dodge me left and right, and they're like, no, I'll just spend my life on the toilet. And I'm like, what? Suit yourself. Maybe once in your life to listen to me. But my end goal here is basically to just have some extra income in the world, because just like Jess said, it's pretty hard to survive in this world out here. I don't make a ton of money. My husband doesn't make a ton of money. And I don't want to say we're living paycheck to paycheck, but we are surviving. And that extra money has been so helpful for me in extracurricular activities. I've been able to put my son into a conditioning gym through the summer, or through the winter. Like I said, I homeschool, so he doesn't get that recess in the winter like the other kids would inside or on rainy days or things like that. I don't have that space. So I'm able to afford to have him go to a gym 3-4 times a week to be able to condition and stay healthy and learn the root of being healthy and working out that I wasn't able to as a kid. So we're setting those goals early, but I've been able to afford that, and it's a huge difference. And I even have his trainer on Plexus because same thing. He's the person who was just struggling mentally, and we've been able to get him on to some products and clean out his gut, and he's feeling phenomenal, and he has nothing but raves about it. But ultimately, right now, I would love to be a stay-at-home mom and focus on my kids like Jess does, and be able to do this full time. But right now, I am just happy to have the extra income and the incentives each month keep me going towards new goals.
Yay! And I love seeing it. You do an amazing job with it. And every single month you set a goal and you've been hitting them. And I love it. And you show up for trainings and you do all the things and you're creating silvers and helping them achieve their goals. And that's exactly what this is all about, is we just don't do this alone. We get to help others and lock arms with them and say, hey, come and do this with me. It's so much more fun. Yesterday I was listening to a podcast about with John Maxwell. I think I sent you guys the link, Casey. That was the one that you asked for. And if you listen to it, it said at the bottom, it's really crowded. It's like really crowded. If you stay at the bottom, it's like everybody's there. And the way to get to the top, you have to change your mindset. You have to develop your daily routine. You have to grow in so many areas of your life. But once you get up there, it's like you can stretch. There's elbow room and you can lay out, because there's not a lot of people at the top because they're not willing to go through the changes. They're not willing to do the things. And it all begins with the thinking. And I'll go on my little rant. We were just talking about, we took, the boys haven't had their iPads, and we're noticing behavior, them just little things, little changes that mean a lot. And they're starting to do other things. And it's just like that with adults. And like what you listen to, what you do every single day, no matter whether you think it or not, subconsciously you're taking in everything you hear around you, what people are saying. It truly all starts with mindset. And I can tell you, what is that Bob Hylick quote? I always forget it. This is like something with a compensation plan attached to it. But this is truly about becoming a better person. It's not just selling products. It's truly a mindset thing where we improve every aspect of our lives. You improve your mindset, you improve in your health, your mental health, your physical health, all the things. And it all begins with your mindset. But that's another Zoom for another night, because I could go on and on and on all day about that. But all right, guys. Does anybody want to add anything? No? All right, I'm going to click stop recording.